André Pierre Gabriel Ame Acute Tardieu was 3 times Prime Minister of France and a dominant figure of French political life in 1929 to 1932. He was a moderate conservative with a strong intellectual reputation, but became a weak prime minister at the start of the worldwide Great Depression. Biography. Tardieu was a graduate of the elite Lycée Condorcet. He was accepted by the even more prestigious École Normale Supérieure, but instead entered the diplomatic service. Later, he left the service and became famous as foreign affairs editor of the newspaper Le Temps. He founded the conservative newspaper Le Récho National in association with Georges Mandel. In 1914, Tardieu was elected to the Chamber of Deputies from the département of Seine-et-Oise. As a candidate of the centre-right Democratic Republican Alliance, he retained this seat till 1924. From 1926 to 1936, he represented the département of Territoire de Belfort. When World War I broke out, Tardieu enlisted in the army, serving as an infantryman till 1916. He then returned to politics. He served as Georges Clemenceau's lieutenant in 1919 during the Paris Peace Conference and as Commissioner for Franco-American War Cooperation. On 8 November 1919, he became Minister of Liberated Regions, administering Alsace and Lorraine, serving until Clemenceau's defeat in 1920. In 1926, Tardieu returned to government as Minister of Transportation under Raymond Poincaré. In 1928, he moved to Minister of the Interior, continuing under Poincaré's successor Aristide Briand. In November 1929, Tardieu himself succeeded Briand as Président du Conseil, while remaining Interior Minister. Though generally considered a conservative, when Tardieu became Prime Minister, he introduced a program of welfare measures, including public works, social insurance, and free secondary schooling, and he encouraged modern techniques in industry. On the 11th of March 1932, legislation was passed that established universal family allowances for all wage earners in business and industry with at least 2 children. Tardieu was displaced from both offices for 10 days in February-March 1930 by radical Camille Chautemps, but returned till that December. He was subsequently Minister of Agriculture in 1931, Minister of War in 1932, and again Prime Minister, from the 30th of February to the 3rd of June 1932, until the AD and its coalition partners were defeated in the May elections. Due this premiership, Tardieu served for 3 days as the acting President of the French Republic. Between assassination of Paul Doumer and election of Albert Lebrun, he was briefly a Minister of State without portfolio in 1934. His later political activity was largely concerned with containing and responding to German expansion. In his 2-volume book La Révolution à refaire, Tardieu criticized the French parliamentary system. Bibliography. Some of the books he wrote include La France et les Alliances, La Paix Devant l'Obstacle, published in English as France and America, La Révolution à refaire, 2 volumes. Tardieu's First Ministry, 3 November 1929 to 21 February 1930. André Tardieu, President of the Council and Minister of Interior. Aristide Briand, Minister of Foreign Affairs. André Maginot, Minister of War. Henry Chéron, Minister of Finance. Louis Loucheur, Minister of Labour, Hygiene, Welfare Work, and Social Security Provisions. Lucien Hubert, Minister of Justice. Georges League, Minister of Marine. Louis Rollin, Minister of Merchant Marine. Laurent Eynick, Minister of Air. Pierre Marode, Minister of Public Instruction and Fine Arts. Claudius Gallet, Minister of Pensions. Jean Hennessy, Minister of Agriculture. François Pietri, Minister of Colonies. Georges Pinot, Minister of Public Works. Louis Germain Martin, Minister of Posts, Telegraphs, and Telephones. Pierre-Étienne Flandin, Minister of Commerce and Industry. Tardieu's second government, the 2nd of March, the 13th of December 1930. André Tardieu, President of the Council and Minister of the Interior. Aristide Briand, Minister of Foreign Affairs. André Maginot, Minister of War. Paul Reynaud, Minister of Finance. Louis-Germain Martin, Minister of Budget. Pierre Laval, Minister of Labour and Social Security Provisions. Raoul Perret, Minister of Justice. Jacques-Louis Dumainil, Minister of Marine. Louis Rollin, Minister of Merchant Marine. Laurent Eynick, Minister of Air. Pierre Marode, Minister of Public Instruction and Fine Arts. Auguste Champetier de Ribes, Minister of Pensions. Fernand David, Minister of Agriculture. François Pietri, Minister of Colonies. Georges Pinot, Minister of Public Works. Désiré Ferry, Minister of Public Health. André Mallarmé, Minister of Posts, Telegraphs, and Telephones. Pierre-Étienne Flandin, Minister of Commerce and Industry. Changes: the 17th of November 1930, Henry Cheron succeeds Perret as Minister of Justice. Tardieu's third ministry, the 20th of February, the 3rd of June 1932. André Tardieu, President of the Council and Minister of Foreign Affairs. Paul Reynaud, Vice President of the Council and Minister of Justice. François Pietri, Minister of National Defense. Albert Mailloux, Minister of the Interior. Pierre-Étienne Flandin, Minister of Finance. Pierre Laval, Minister of Labour and Social Security Provisions. Charles Guernier, Minister of Public Works and Merchant Marine. Mario Roustan, Minister of Public Instruction and Fine Arts. Auguste Champetier de Ribes, Minister of Pensions and Liberated Regions. Claude Chauveau, Minister of Agriculture. Louis de Chapdelaine, Minister of Colonies. Camille Blaisourt, Minister of Public Health. Louis Rollin, Minister of Commerce, Industry, Posts, Telegraphs, and Telephones.